Hi, welcome to 5 Ways to Revolutionize Digitized versus Digital Learning. I am Amber Brown and I'll be your guide for this training. And I am a sixth grade social studies teacher at Red Oak Middle School, where I am currently in my third year of Red Oak ISD's pilot program to revolutionize classrooms. So I'm happy to bring this training to you, and I hope that you will get something out of it that you can bring to your classroom right away. In this portion of the training, we're going to explore the first way to revolutionize your classroom, which is flipping your lessons. What a flipped lesson is it's bringing your teaching directly to the student in their own home or wherever they might be, at their own pace, on their own terms, and it is going to benefit you a lot because before you dive deeper into your lesson, students will already have a basic foundational knowledge of what you want them to know. So flipping lessons is a way to give students that knowledge level information so that you won't have to waste your class time going over definitions and things like that. Flipping your lessons allows you to maximize your in-class time so that you can go above and beyond just basic level knowledge. And we're going to explore the SAMR model through this flipped lesson. If you don't already know what the SAMR model is, hopefully through these next few slide transitions, you'll get a pretty good idea. And then when you get into the training, you will, have an excellent idea of the things that we're going to learn and the whys behind the whats that we are doing. I found a quote that I thought is very fitting to what we're doing here in Red Oak, which is, "The use of technology such as iPads must go beyond using apps to play games, replace worksheets, and kill and drill activities that have a focus on transformative and pedagogical use," by Wesley Fryer. And I thought that was fitting because that's exactly what we're wanting to do with our whole classroom revolution. But how do you do it? And how do you know you're doing it effectively in your classroom and with your lessons? Are we just getting a whole bunch of technology and making sure every kid has something in their hands and then saying, okay, now use it, and then shaking a spirit stick in the air saying, yay, I've done it? Because that's not what it should be. We should be using technology to transform our teaching so that the students will experience something that they never could have done before without the use of technology. And the technology is supposed to seamlessly integrate into your lessons to where you can barely tell it's there. How do you do that? Well, with the SAMR model, it can kind of give you a framework to start thinking about how you can do all of that. And it's a hierarchy. It's a two-level hierarchy where the first level, the very basic level that a lot of teachers are familiar with, is the enhancement level, where you're basically going to substitute and augment your lessons. The substitution level, the very first thing that we're going to get at, is where we're just barely grazing the surface, where we're going to just substitute paper and pencil with Microsoft Word, where we're having students, instead of writing out their story, they're going to type it on Microsoft Word and then email it to you. Okay, well, that's great, but that's not where we want to live um, in a revolutionary setting. We want to go above and beyond that. So the next step to that is the augmentation, where the technology will act as a direct tool substitute with functional improvements. It's still in the first very bottom level, but it has some functionality to it. So instead of Microsoft Word, we're going to use Google Docs, where students can collaborate together and then they can make comments on each other's work and things like that. And then we don't want to live there. We want to go above and beyond that, which is the transformation level, where we're going to modify and redefine, where in the modification setting, the technology will allow for a significant task redesign. And the redefinition level will allow the technology to create new tasks previously inconceivable. Like we will not have been able to do this if we have not had this technology. And the redefinition is your goal. Now, we can't redefine every single thing we do in class, but your goal at the end of a lesson or at the end of a unit or at the end of a cycle should be to redefine that lesson and not just live at substitute or augmentation. In order to understand this a little bit better, I have this infographic for you where you're going deeper and deeper and deeper as you go through the model of SAMR. And so as you can see this infographic, it shows you clearly that the substitution level where you're just substituting paper pencil for a technology tool is barely grazing the surface. But over here at the far deep end, you're redefining where the technology again allows for the creation of new tasks previously redesigned. Well, what does that look like? I have this funny cartoon where this is what substitution looks like. Our computers are down, so we have to do everything manually. Well, you can still do the same thing if you didn't have the computer. So that's substitution. If you in your lesson can do the exact same thing with a paper and pencil or with a manual task, then you know you're at the substitution level and you know you can go further than that. How that might look in a classroom is, for example, in social studies, where we're substituting down here at the bottom now, using Google Earth instead of an atlas to locate a place. Wow. Well, if we didn't have Google Earth because the Wi-Fi was down, we would just substitute and use the atlas. We'd still be fine. Okay, let's go beyond that. Using Google Earth rulers to measure the distance between two places, the augmentation. But going through that second layer, bursting through the transformation revolutionary level, using Google Earth layers such as Panoramio and 360 cities to research locations. Wow. Or the very highest level, create a narrated Google Earth guided tour and share this online. Like the students will do that, not you. The students will do that. And they would not have been able to do that if they didn't have the technology. How that might look in science and how it might look with different tasks, doing different things like researching, note-taking, assessment. So what you can do is there's so many videos, infographics, uh, images, models that you can search online that I hope that you take at least like 5 or 10 minutes to just explore. And you can see the depth of information out there on SAMR model. And I hope that you will be able to find something that you use, that you can use for your classroom very soon. So when we go into training, we're going to dive into the other 4 ways that you can revolutionize your teaching. And I can't wait to see you. See you soon. Bye.